Hi, everyone. It's Hunter Lott, your HR problem solver on demand. And this is Take Five. This episode from our series, Please Sue Me. The Fair Labor Standards Act was established in 1938. So overtime, exempt, non-exempt, this stuff has been around for a long time. Most of us, we learned how to do this from the preceding manager or HR. And there were some common myths. One was around salary. First, salary by itself does not determine exempt or non-exempt. Putting someone on a salary does not get you out of overtime. Having a salary and then a docking pay when they come in late, or having a salary and docking their half-hour lunch is risky. Having makeup time for salaried exempt is risky. If there's a lawsuit in your future, next 12, 18 months, it's probably wage and hour. We had a recent court ruling from the Supreme Court about this salary basis. And even though this guy was paid a lot of money, $1,000 every day, the court ruled, nope, doesn't qualify as a salary. The definition over a week's period of time. And so this has got people talking about this again. First, make sure you have the exemption right. If they're exempt from the Fair Labor Standards Act requirement of overtime. It's a combination of salary and job duties. They're talking about raising that salary minimum. Federally, it's $35,568. Some locations, California statewide, I think is in the 50s. Some locations, it's higher. But at this point, $35,568. So that's part of it. The other part are job duties. Does it qualify as exempt? The penalties, they can go back 3 years. At a minimum, double the damages for all current and former employees. Sometimes you'll see negotiated for a year, 2 years. Some states will add it even longer than 3 years. So the stakes are high here about this idea of salary. A salary is paid every week, regardless of quantity or quality of work. That's salaried exempt. So when you have, and every now and then I'll see salaried non-exempt. Well, what's that mean? Well, I put them on a salary, but I really don't trust them. I want them to clock in and out, and I'll watch them, and it's a 45-hour, it's a 50-hour work week that I demand. And I go, okay, but you owe overtime for anything over 40. No, I've got them on salary. So no, the salary won't get you out of that. Or I get, well, the pay period's 80 hours. Anything over 80 is overtime. No, it's a 7-day work week. You can define what that week is. But if it's typically over 40, again, some states it's over 8 hours a day, but the federal standard is 40, then it's time and a half or overtime. When did this change? Again, 1938. We've expanded this in the definition of wage theft. So some states, California, grand theft wage. We see New York, New Jersey. And so not just penalties in terms of fines and back pay, much less the overtime, but personal responsibility. And here's some examples: a restaurant owner, a farm, class action lawsuit, misclassification. We had one here in my home state, Arizona, where the owner paid out $150,000 of his own money. Add a safe harbor paragraph, and this is part of some protection for you in terms of actionable takeaways. Fix the handbook language. It's not a 40-hour work week, or it's 40-hour work week, 40 hours / 5 full days. Spot check deductions from exempt salary. Careful that you're legal in those deductions. Don't treat exempt like non-exempt. You run the risk of losing the exemption. And train the frontline supervisors. Pay attention to your CPA. Pay attention to accounting. They're not making this stuff up. Thanks for watching. You can check us out at hunterlaw.com. We've got all kinds of resources available, including me. We'll see you next time on Take 5.